from the Eco Makeup Bar. We're doing a really easy to wear and easy to apply vintage look today. I'm just prepping my eyelids with the pressed foundation from Gemma Vendetta. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the whole eye makeup look with the #1 eyeshadow quad from Gemma Vendetta. I absolutely adore this little palette. It's so easy to use. It's a really good everyday one. I'm just laying down some colour with a detail brush. So this is the darkest brown from the quad. And then using a fluffier brush, I'm just going to blend that in. So the shape that I'm putting down there is a V shape on its side. So along the lash line and ever so slightly through the crease. And just remember that V shape on its side. So when you're buffing and blending, just remember it's a V shape that we're going for, and that's what's going to give you that outer corner definition. So blending is really the answer for a really successful vintage look. So spend a little bit more time than what you might do in a normal everyday makeup. Just going back and forth between the eyes and blending. This is the lighter brown shade that I'm just popping through the crease and slightly above the crease. Make sure you've got a nice fluffy brush for blending this through. You can use little circular motions to blend back and forth. Alright, I'm going back in with the dark brown. This is going on a wet angle brush. The angle brush is a really fine angle brush, and I'm using this instead of a liquid liner. This is what makes this look so easy to do. Just with your brush, stamp the dark brown eyeshadow into your lash line. You can play with the angle of the brush just to suit your eye shape. Now we're going to go in and do the little flick shape. So the angle that you're going for is between the lash line, and imagine your brow is coming down. So the lower lash line going up the way and the brow coming down the way. That's the angle that you're aiming for. And then you're just going to pull that back into your upper lash line. Don't worry too much if you make a little bit of a mess with this, because you can always clean up with a cotton bud. Now apply your darker brown shadow just underneath the lash line too, so you're sort of connecting your flick with the lower lash line. I'm going to use a little bit more of the mineral powder foundation on my eyelids. I find that I get a little bit oily on the eyelids, so it's a really nice little tip to apply some of this just under your lighter shadow. So I'm going in with the lighter shadow now, just patting it on. I love that this one's got a little bit of light reflection, but it's still good for lots of different age groups. This is the slightly shimmier highlighter, and I love to apply this just with my little finger and blend it in. It's really lovely to catch the light. I'm just doing another quick little blend. There's nothing new on this eyeshadow brush, but I like to just keep coming back in and checking that I'm loving the look. I have decided to go in with a little bit more of the light brown just through and above the crease. This is what's going to give it a really nice hazy, sultry look at the end of the makeup. Okay, going in with some mascara now. So it's lovely just to make sure you're getting that wand right and tight into the lash line. And then just give your wand a little wiggle as you go. Make sure you're coating each individual lash. You can tease the lashes out to the direction you want the lashes to sit. And you can also curl your lashes before you've started applying the mascara to give you a little bit more lift. I like to sometimes press some of the mascara right into the lash line. Make sure you're getting really nice and tight into the lash line. This is just going to add a little bit of extra drama. Okay, so it's time to clean up underneath your eyes. This is really a lovely step if you've gone a little bit haywire with your blending and you need to just clean up underneath. Time for foundation. So I'm going to use a slightly contouring effect. I'm applying the lighter colour of the Powder Mineral Foundation to the centre of my face. This is number 3 that I'm using. On the outer corners of my face, I'm actually doing a little bit of a contour here. So this is the Pressed Mineral Foundation and this is the number 4. Slightly darker tone. And I'm applying this in a 3 shape. You'll see that I'm just covering my ears. If you have got a special event, you're going out somewhere, it's a really good idea to pop some foundation on your ears. It really helps keep everything looking in tone and natural. So there's our number 3 shape. It's always good to remember the number 3 when you're doing a little bit of contour. I'm going in with the bronzer blush. I absolutely adore this as a blush colour, but you can also do some contouring with this product as well. Remember and use a nice light hand and have your buffing brush to hand too, just so you can buff away any harsh lines and make sure it's looking really nice and flawless and seamless. I'm going back in with some of the bronzer blush just through the crease of the eye. I love to do this. It's a real easy way to make a nice professional finish to your makeup. Time for some brows. I'm going to mix up a little bit of the 2 dark browns for my brows. I always like to start in the arch. This is a really easy way to make sure your brow looks really nice and natural and it doesn't look too block or drawn on. Bring it down the tail. Make sure you don't bring it down the tail too much. You want to make sure that the eye looks nice and lifted by making sure you don't make it too long. And then you can bring it through the front of the brow using upward motions so that you have hair strokes, individual hair strokes. You want it to look nice and natural. I wanted to give this a little bit of a vintage slant, so I'm just extending the arch out ever so slightly. and just putting a bit of an angle right on the high point. These products are so easy to blend, so if you have made a little mistake, it's easy just to fix it with a clean finger or a cotton bud. I'm going to pop some highlighter on. This is the highlight shade from the Quad. So you can pop that up really high in the cheekbones. You can put it on the bridge of your nose. You can put it on your Cupid's bow. And it's a really lovely natural looking highlighter. It's not too shimmery. It really is in keeping with the vintage look. How beautiful is this vintage red lip? It's so gorgeous. You could actually apply this straight from the bullet and it would give you a really nice long lasting finish. However, I'm going to really press it and pack it into the lip. I want this to last. So with your first coat, start from the centre of the lip and then work outwards towards the lip line. Really spending a little bit of time perfecting the lip line. By using the lip brush, it means you don't need to have an extra lip liner if you want. You can just keep on packing that in. You see that I do lots of pressing and pushing my lips together. That's really helping to burst the pigments and it's really helping to create a stain on my lips. You can take this to the next level. This is now Bloodberry. I'm popping on the outer corners of my lips. Absolutely love this tone. It's a plum red tone. It's beautiful. So it's a really easy way to make a nice ombre lip just by applying to the outer corners and blending in. I'm now just going to perfect the skin around the lips. So whatever lip colour you end up going for, it's a really nice idea just to use a little bit of the Pressed Mineral Foundation on a small buffing brush just round the lip line. Really helps you perfect the lip line. It gives you that real vintage vibe as well. And then just above the Cupid's bow, I love to add a little bit extra highlight. A little bit of highlight on the bridge of the nose. I'm really feeling this vintage look. It makes me feel great. It's a real good confidence boost. I love Gemma Vendetta. Her products are gorgeous. They're vegan, natural. The foundation also gives you SPF 25, which I love.